y'all, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Tony. I am a lifestyle vlogger and a self-love and mental health coach. So after my apartment tour, I just started browsing online to figure out my price points, what it is I saw myself in, and also, like I said, trying to narrow down the areas that I was interested in. But since my cousin told me, Tony, you don't have to leave right now, I kind of slowed down my apartment search and focused on other things for about a month. But that urge to get my own place, because I had this vision of what I wanted to do, it started to creep up again. So shortly after, I got back online, I started browsing, and I found a place that I thought would be perfect for me and Lulu. When I went on the tour, I was very anxious. I looked at 3 different apartments, 3 different 1-bedroom apartments, some smaller, some larger, and some in between. I was so anxious. When I left, I felt like, oh my God, I'm getting ready to commit to something that I can't even afford. What am I doing? But what I realized is when you're on your road to abundance and you're getting ready to make a big commitment, you have to remove some of those survival tactics and those limiting beliefs in order to receive what it is that you pray for, receive what it is that you ask for, and step into that space. So number 1, let's talk about the anxiety that comes with committing. Usually big commitments like buying a car, moving to a place, student loans, it brings up a fear that no one is really ready for, at least myself. I'm never really ready for it because I don't know for sure the end of it all. I have a vision of what I want to receive, but in terms of seeing it when it's in real time, it brings me so much fuzz, so much stomach twirls and anxiety that I'm like, what am I getting ready to do? It causes doubt in my vision and what it is I said that I really want to receive. Is it the right choice? Is there anything else out there? Will I be able to keep up with this long term? But as these thoughts come up and these questions come up, it's really important to remain grounded, to get back grounded. How do you do that? Removing any idea that did not come from God. As you guys can recall, one of my other videos, I talked about any thought and idea that goes against what God said about you. God only pours in great, positive, happy, beautiful, colorful thoughts and ideas for you. So anything that is dark, anything that is draining, anything that is fear-based, that's not from God. So getting grounded is removing those thoughts that aren't beautiful and colorful. Sidebar, I'm not saying that life is going to be about butterflies and rainbows. But when you're trying to ground yourself, it's important to discern if these thoughts came from God, if these thoughts are coming from fear. So that's one step that I encourage you guys to do when you are trying to get grounded, when you're getting ready to commit to something big. Where are these thoughts coming from? And again, when you're on the road to abundance, we have to be thinking about abundance. You have to be thinking about big things, beautiful things, and it's going to get uncomfortable because if you're coming from survival mode, stepping into your position and receiving is scary because you're used to seeing things on a smaller scale and you're used to trying to control the outcome because you know if you do X, Y, and Z, you'll be safe. On the road to abundance, safety is always around you because you're walking with God. But you're going to be taking risks and you're going to be stepping out on faith here. So on the road to abundance, you have to be thinking big and you have to be thinking with faith, knowing that even though these thoughts are big and different from what you're used to, it is still going to happen. So having the faith and removing negative thoughts is really important when you're having anxiety about the big commitment. Another thought that was happening for me when I was getting ready to commit to my new place is wondering if I was equipped. While it's easier said than done, you have to really have that belief in your thoughts and your ideas that you mapped out prior to your big move. Thinking about all the things that you've already done leading up to this point. Are you equipped? Definitely, because you've taken the time out to research. You've taken the time out to receive. You've taken the time out to prepare yourself and pray and listen, discern to determine if your next step is your best step. Yes, you are equipped. You have every resource you need in order to step into this place of paying a bigger bill or committing to a long-term relationship. Whatever your commitment fear is about, you are equipped to come over that hurdle. Another practice that I do when I'm worrying about if I'm equipped is thinking about the past. Thinking about when I made a big commitment, my last apartment, my car, school, anything that I've done that may have caused me fear before. How did I handle it? Did good things come out? Even when there were bad moments or scary moments, how did it look to go through that tunnel? And understanding that even if something comes up in the past, you were able to get through it. And so that same power will come through when you are, if you are, in the space of, oh my God, I'm having a challenge. So we already talked about dealing with anxiety when you're ready for commitment, reminding yourself that you are equipped. So one big mindset shift that I had to go through during this road to abundance of committing to an apartment is trusting myself. Trusting that all the steps that I've taken will ensure that everything will work out. Removing doubts and any thoughts and ideas that did not come from God, that is not aligned to your vision. Fear of commitment is something that a lot of us deal with, but understanding that you can trust yourself, trust your vision, and more importantly, trust the foundation of God while you're in this road to abundance and receiving is going to help you combat those negative and daunting and fearful thoughts. My first video was about looking for a place. The second video was about me just being in this new area. And this video is combating with anxiety when you are making that big commitment. Next will be settling into my place, looking for new furniture. All in all, I want to be sure that I am continuing my Road to Abundance series. And even if there are bumpy times in the road, getting back centered to the truth and what's going to string us along this series. Please leave comments if you have had anxiety with big commitments. Also, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. If you guys have not already, I would love to have you part of my community, especially when I'm in this place of recording and capturing some of the moments that I'm having in the time being. As I mentioned before, I usually come back and talk to you guys months later, years later about some of the lessons that I've learned. But on this road to abundance, I wanted to be very candid and talk about some of the fears, some of the things that come up in real time so we can walk through this together. Thank you, and I hope to see you guys again. See you.